What's your background, Jason?
Oh, who's on? Oh, I'm muting everybody again. Everybody's muted. Okay, hold on. I think I got this. Oh, I did it wrong. I do this wrong every time. I want to share computer sound because I want to play the theme song. Let me know if you guys hear it.
Yes.
Good evening. All right. What year is it? Oh, good. It's 2000. Phantom Menace on VHS. Jar Jar Binks, y'all. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sing it with me. Let me hear you. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000, yeah. Oh, all right. Not bad. Give it up for your host, Mark Hornback, the well Hungarian. Well, all right. Phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000, yeah. I'm gonna see you at the fun. What? Wash your jeans, bring your notebook, bring your jokes. We got a microphone at the phone simulation, phone simulation, phone simulation. 2000. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Is this thing off? Oh, you're laughing at me. Still counts. Phone simulation, yeah. Phone simulation 2000. I can't hear you. I can't hear you in the back. All right, let's get this night started. I know you came to have a good time. Yeah, practice your jokes now. I'm on the seat over there. Phone simulation 2000.
Yeah, thank you all. That is the theme song. We are starting Fun Simulation. There's my face. There I am. I'm here. I was hiding. That was Kevin McComb wrote that theme song. It's awesome. I wanted to play it in its entirety tonight because usually I cut it short, but I actually I socially distant hanged with Kevin on Friday. I hadn't seen him since COVID started, so I got to see him. He restrung my guitar in my driveway. Because I told him I needed a new guitar string in March, and he remembered that, and then just messaged me Friday night and said, "I'm going to restring your guitar." And then he did. I didn't. I don't even play it. I haven't played it since, but it was a very nice thing to do, and probably really annoying to my neighbors to do at like 1 a.m. in my driveway. So that's how you socially distance hang. Haven't gotten any complaints, no notes on my door yet, but that's how we hang. That's how we are of friends. This is going to be a great night. There's so many comedians, and the list was so much longer, and everybody dropped out. No, I got like 7 messages from people drop. You don't, if you're not going to show up, you don't have to message me. I add you to the list when you join the room. It's just to get you the Zoom link. That's the only important thing, is that you have the Zoom link. And then if you don't show up, nice to hear from you. Bless you, Ian. That's Ian Ryland Smith. I'm going to add spotlight to him as he spreads COVID from South Dakota through the computer to us. Ian was dancing. I don't know if everyone at home can see it dancing. I don't know if anyone watches this at home besides my own mom. My mom watches this. Hi, Mom. She gets to see all those jokes that everybody shouldn't be telling in front of their parents. That's like Laura said last week. There was quite a few. I think there was quite a few, including myself. I need to keep that in mind when I tell jokes. This is going to be good. There's so many faces. So I did want to point out that we do the fastest minute. We do number one. We could take it number two, and then at the end of it, we go and do the fastest minute in comedy, which is a speed round. If you stick around to the end, everyone does a minute. I just bounce the spotlight around. It's really stupid. People call it a redemption round, but no one's ever redeemed themselves. No one's ever had a bad set and then had a good fastest minute. So just leave. Like if you had a bad set, just go. Just write more jokes. Just go back and don't just try new jokes. Or you could just try the same exact set in four times the speed. I've seen people do that before. What else is going on here? I don't really know. I'm still at summer camp. All the kids left. I'm still here. They can't force me to go out into the world. I swear they will have to bring the National Guard to get me out of this summer camp. This is turning very malicious sounding. I feel like this is turning into some pissed off Michigan people with neckbeards like myself. No, we're going to get this started. We're just going to roll. I'm very excited. This is going to be really fun. Unmute yourself and clap and give good responses if you can. Otherwise, if it's going to upset your roommates or your pets, then don't do that. That's fine. But please welcome our first performer. We're just gonna do this. Laura Hogg.
Hey everybody, hi. Here I am in my kitchen. So excited to be here. Lovely day. It was great. I went for a hike earlier, so that was nice. I guess we call it a walk here in Chicago. Let's see. A lot of people have been, talking about dating. Oh my God, could I say something original? No, I said, nope, not tonight. I'm going to talk about dating. So I just recently broke up with somebody, and that's okay, but I'm continuing to be domestic because I'll probably end up dating someone else again. And so I just want to keep my domesticity game strong, right? So like I've been trying to cook a lot, and like today I farted and it smelled so delicious. I was like, oh my God, what did I eat? I have to get that recipe. So, also I'm trying to keep my house clean. I want to be, tidy and, but sometimes I'm not motivated to clean. So what I like to do is I watch true crime shows because I always notice like how people's houses look. And I don't want someone to come into my house after I've been murdered and then look around and see my craft cabinet and be like, yeah, we don't know who killed her, but the real mystery is what's she going to do with all those buttons? So I just got shit everywhere, so I plan on getting killed one day. So I've got to plan for it now. I can only hope though. Let's see. I did role play with my last boyfriend. I like to role play, sometimes in bed. So one of the things that I asked him was, do you think that we could role play a couple of TV detectives? And he said, sure, what show? And I'm like, Law and Order SVU. And he was like really excited to do it until he realized that I meant Richard Belzer and Ice Cube. So all right, this is going great. I don't do drugs anymore. I was more of a drinker. I'm a sober person. So I saw, alcohol, that's what I like the most. But, I experimented with drugs, and I wouldn't say I was a drug addict or anything like that. I just did like a little weed here and there, which I don't think is a big deal. I think that's like a kiddie drug, to be honest, so I just puffed a little weed here and there. And then, I did try, like in high school, I tried some mushrooms sometimes. But I feel like, hey, you know what? They're always telling you eat more vegetables. So I don't think that was like a big deal. Right. And then, I also, I did try peyote once, though. I know that's kind of unusual, but the thing is about it is that those come in buttons, and I've always been into fashion. I probably would have gone into fashion design had I not gone into nothing. So, that was really kind of it, I think. And then, except, okay, I did try this stuff in high school called Rush. I don't know if they have it now. I believe it's amyl nitrate is its Christian name. But we called it Rush in high school. You know, you would inhale this stuff out of a little vial and then actually, but if you inhale it in a gay bar, that's called poppers. So thank you for a video head cleaner. But you know, I don't really think that was problematic. Okay, then a little bit towards the end, I would say, you know what? I also huffed model glue for a period of time, but I don't consider that drug abuse. I consider that a dark crafting period. You know, like, I mean, I had a hobby on my back like a motherfucker, you know? So it got a little wild. I lost some time. I woke up surrounded by, you know, felt scraps and googly eyes everywhere with a popsicle stick stuck to my ass. But you know, but I live clean today. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Laura Hug. She called her own set right when I was taking a chug of nice ice cold water, and it wasn't ready to flip it back over to me. But thank you, Laura Hug. That was great.
Okay.
A lot of. I always feel like you have, like, if you're gonna do a drug heavy set, then you got to be sober. Like, you got to be like it's got to be from the past. Like, if you say that same set and you're like on all those things, then we get concerned. That's when people start trying to intervene a little bit. But when you have your sober period, that's when you get to do the heavy drugs talk. That's always how it works in comedy. Our next comedian coming up, I don't know if they've performed here before. I don't recognize them too much, but we do get a lot of comedians. Please welcome Sophia Marmalade.
Woo!
Wait, is that it? Or did I type that? Is that how you entered?
No, that's my Facebook name. This is my real name though.
Oh.
So you're all good. Yeah. All right, you guys. I was super inspired by Bill Burr last night, so I'm just gonna do a bunch of edgelord stuff tonight. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
All right. All right, you guys. This year is completely all right. Jason's cool with it because this year is completely fucked up. Everybody can agree with that, right? A lot of people think that Bush did 9/11, but I think Trump did 2020. So, I'm very afraid of the coronavirus, so I'm really afraid of getting it. COVID's got me wearing a face mask, a face shield, and a butt plug. So, right. We all got our butt plugs in, right? All right. I have been dabbling in Christianity this year. Anybody a Christianity dabbler?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, Laura. Yeah, give it up for my neighbor, he right before the pandemic, he invited me to Black church with him. It was really fun. It was super fun. If you ever get the chance, go to Black church. It's amazing. I never focused that hard on my clapping though. I just I didn't want to be the weakest link, you know, because you know today you're only as strong as your whitest clapper, right? All right. So, you guys, okay, so I am like really into history. I'm kind of a history buff. Nope. Jason's shaking his head, giving me a thumbs down. All right, you're right. I'm totally lying. I'm just gonna tell an edgelord joke. Okay, so my favorite thing about history is how dictators try to impress one another. Like so I was watching this documentary of when the North Korean dictator, or when the Romanian dictator visited North Korea, Kim Jong-il in North Korea. He gave him like amazing hospitality, you guys. Everyone talks about Southern hospitality, but that has nothing on dictator hospitality. It's amazing. All right, this is going weird. Do you guys remember when Kim Jong-un went missing for a few weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it got like a ton of media coverage. I feel like it's like it's like him and white women are like the only people who get news coverage when people go missing, you know. White ladies. But when I was watching this documentary, so the Romanian dictator, he got to North Korea. Kim Jong-il had like thousands of singing and dancing North Korean women like greeting him as he came into the city. Say what you will about oppressive regimes, but amazing choreography.
Sure.
They'll make amazing high school marching band directors, you know. And then Kim Jong-il, he actually had this North Korean band memorize and sing a classic Romanian song to the Romanian dictator. I gotta say, people who think that being gay is unnatural have clearly never seen an Asian person singing a Slavic song. So weird. All right. All right. Yeah, you guys are fun. I am a first generation therapy goer. Anybody else here?
Woohoo!
Woo! I think there should be a scholarship for people who are the first person in their family to go to therapy. I think it should be called the what do I need therapy for? To go and to cry if my dog dies scholarship. It's just my family thing. I think I have like 30 seconds. I just was like looking through my old joke notebook and I came across something. Do you guys remember when Trump had prostitutes pee on his hotel bed because he found out Obama slept on it?
Oh. Oh.
All right. I feel like Trump actually thought he was cleaning it. He's like, hey, pee is sterile, you know? Yeah, that's just like a really good, like, that just shows how bad of a businessman he is. Just like outsource something that he could have easily done himself. Very expensive urine. All right, that was horrible. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Sophia Smarndescu or Marmalade. You have been here before. I do recognize your background, and I don't think too many people are using that same background. And is that it's not like a Zoom default one, right? Because
no, I took this photo at an art exhibit. Yeah, it's just a cigarette in someone's butt.
there we go. Nice. That is good. I thought that was from from the remains of Pompeii. Like that was just
Yes.
someone was like,
Good
we're all
job.
gonna die, but cigarette forever. Immortalize yourself. We're going to do this. We're going to keep moving. I'll stop talking about art. That is not what we want to hear me talk about today. I guarantee it. Our next comedian, please welcome Valerie Apperson.
All right, so you know how Trump fucks his daughter?
Huh.
Like, you know how we all know that, right? So I was wondering, I don't know, like, do you think the sons fuck her too? Like, do the sons fuck Ivanka too? Because maybe that's why she's like so skinny, because it's a lot of cardio, you know? And I was thinking, Jared Kushner is a pretty big multitasker. If they're married, maybe they're alike, you know? Maybe she's really good at project management. I don't know. Maybe that's why Melania's. I just want to know what's going on with the first family. Is that why Melania's so cold? Because I'd be pretty pissed too if everybody was fucking the daughter and not me. And I call her the daughter because the other one doesn't count. We all know that. I don't know. There's a lot of drugs in the Trump family, I think. You think that you think they use a vibrator on Ivanka, or they just give Eric a bunch of cocaine, like him and Donald split the cocaine and then both of their tongues shake? Right? I think this is what's going on in the first family. I really believe it. It would explain a lot of the behavior. I probably would hate Mexicans too, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Because they're bringing crime. Because they're bringing crime, man. I hate when Mexicans bring crime.
Oh.
Let's just sit on that. Might help to know that I'm Mexican. If let's not all get crazy. I'm Mexican too. I'm half white and half Mexican, so I am bringing crime, but it's white collar. And bringing drugs, but they're pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
There you go.
And that's how I know I'm white. I get my drugs from a pharmacy. That's an old Colbert joke, actually. That's not my joke. But What else can I tell you? Well, my white side of the family, they don't like it when I say that they're white. They're like, why do we always have to take this to a racial place? And I'm like, why are you always trying to build a wall? I don't know why. My Mexican family's always like, why don't you speak Spanish? And my white family's always like, why don't you go back to Mexico?
Oh,
My parents are in a cult. There's something, right? So they don't think they're in a cult, which doesn't help their case. Sometimes I think about, maybe being a little bit more proactive and trying to get them to see that they're in this control group, but then they're gonna want to come over, and I can't imagine the types of apologies, and I just frankly don't want to hear it. There's like a lot of silver lining to being the black sheep of the family, because I don't have to worry about like retirement homes or paying back any of the money that I borrowed. Just I get to live 2,000 miles away, and I'll die alone, and they can die alone too, together without me, in the little cult that they live in, which is always looking ahead towards the future, tomorrow, when Armageddon's about to come, because Armageddon always comes tomorrow in a cult. And then it doesn't, and then the next day and the next day. And the more you go on, the closer you are to it all falling apart. It's a lot like America in a way, but I don't know. What else can I tell you? I changed all my targeted ads to men's suits. I decided that I was tired of seeing ads that didn't suit me, so I changed them all to men's suits by only searching for and interacting with ads for men's suits. And it's cool because like now I can't be advertised to, so all I see are ads for like fine men's suits at very great prices, and I think I'm gonna like the way I look. In fact, I guarantee it.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Valerie Apperson.
thank
I'm sorry to hear your family's in a cult.
It's okay, they're happy.
If they're happy, that's all that matters. You're just gonna have no inheritance.
I'm happy.
No inheritance. You already signed over the deed to the house, I'm sure. I guarantee that. No, that's good. Cults. I mean, if you're a cult, pick a fucking date for the end of the world. Pick a date and stick to it. Don't be doing this lofty soon or tomorrow. Like, pick a date. I don't care.
Well, they tried that, but they got it wrong a few times.
Well, then disband and start a new cult. Then you have to start over.
That's what I'm trying to do.
You gotta have some urgency to your cult. Our next comedian, he's so urgent. I could see him standing and leaning towards the camera, waiting for him to sit back down because I didn't want to put that view on spotlight. Please welcome Michael M. Cooper.
Hey y'all, how's it going? I hope y'all are doing good. Listen, we had a lot of things this year so far. One of the things that we had though was a bunch of wildfires. But we also had a bigger problem, which is people calling them wildfires, as if the ground had naturally become its own tinderbox. As if the oil had simply risen up out of the Gulf of Mexico and evaporated into the sky. It's also one of those wildfires was contributed to by an individual's choice to have a gender reveal party. And I just think that if you're that family, you now have to abort that kid. He has murdered thousands. And what the fuck is going to happen on that kid's first birthday? A goddamn volcano? When that kid turns 18, I'm getting on a plane. I'm getting the fuck out. But I don't like it. I don't like that we keep calling them wildfires as if they're a natural thing. That's not a wildfire. That's negligent industrial arson. So I'm a year sober.
Woohoo!
Don't do that. I picked the wrong year.
I bet.
It's bad when all your AA friends are like, Michael, what's your favorite part of sobriety so far? Yeah, the first 2-3 days of withdrawals, man. Probably the best part. After that, all downhill. One of the things I did during the pandemic was I started playing music again. I bought myself a nice acoustic guitar. And I noticed, like, sometimes when I say that, there'll be this look on folks' face, and I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, well, surprise, white guy with an acoustic guitar. Surprise. And fair enough. But of all the things white guys do, why is that the one you want to hone in on? Like, why is that where we need to reform? I get that Sweet Caroline is a goddamn tragedy. But who is scrolling through 4chan right now in the dark corners of the internet, learning what white dudes in their early 20s these days are like, and saying to themselves, you know what would help this? Fewer opportunities for authentic, artistic, creative expression. Yes, the problem with white men is that they are not shoving their emotions deep down inside anymore. Also, it takes time to learn how to play guitar, like with any level of proficiency, okay? And that means that white men's time is being spent. And you want that. Every bit of a white man's time being wasted that's the most progressive thing you can do. Okay, you really want to help the cause for Black lives or for women's rights in America? Just tell me a really long story. All right, y'all deserved better
Oh.
than this set. Some of you.
No, we didn't.
Some of you didn't deserve better than this set. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Mark. Mark, I love you. Don't leave us.
Thanks, Michael Cooper. I didn't know if he was ending his set there, so I put us both on because he was just
I made it weird.
You ended your set by starting a conversation with me, which everybody do that. It makes my job easier. I like Mike. I typically I ignore if I see a white dude with a guitar, I pretty much just tune it out. I don't listen. But if you were playing a guitar the way you look, I would listen because I'd be like, this guy have some pretty creative racist rhymes. Like you probably have some that the world hasn't heard yet. And I'd be like, okay, I got to see how this. All right. Well, I'm gonna stop. This is it. I'm gonna roast you if you start a conversation with me. No, I won't. I won't do that. That's cheap shots. Where's our next comedian? Where the hell is he? Where is? Oh, he always. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Okay, he's waving. He had to wave from behind because when I see a blank screen, I don't put them on spotlight. But our next comedian, coming all the way from Studio City, I think one of the stages of a late night show or something. I can't tell. Bontrager.
Woohoo!
Da, 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 da. I gotta hire better assistants. Fuck you, Google. There we go. Well, let's see. I got the let's be musical without talking about orange things. What do we got? What do we got here? What are you writing here, Randy? Okay. So the military is testing augmented reality goggles to better guide field dogs. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck drones, I say. Get AR dogs. I want little cute doggies delivering my Amazon packages. Fuck drones. Everything doggy delivered. And then give them the virtual reality for when they're at home, so they don't feel all lonely when I neglect them. Yeah, you're all bad dog parents. I don't have dogs. What are we doing here? What are rainbow Oreos? I don't know. I guess I got pissed that they're selling rainbow colored Oreos. I was looking up board games, and they have they're trying to sell the fuck Monopoly. They have a whole bunch of different versions. The newest version I saw was Socialism Edition. Breathe. Milton Bradley wants me to pay for the Socialism Edition of Monopoly. That's not how that works. That's still capitalism. If it was a socialism version, we'd all be paying for me to play Socialism Monopoly. All right. Fucking assholes. Oh wait, that's the other thing I was pissed about. I almost blew every nerve I have. They're selling The Floor is Lava in a box. The Floor is Lava. And you know that game you played with your imagination where you pretended the floor was lava. Now you can get a lava mat in a box, and you can fucking Jesus is hell on earth. What do we got? What are we mumbling about? What are we mumbling? I'll take the
I
mumbles.
hate when games are played differently.
Well, it's not even that they're played differently. It's the fact that they're selling you a free game. It's like fucking Barnes and Noble's charging $27 for a copyright-free Shakespeare collection. You can sell your own edition of Shakespeare if you wanted to. It's all copyright-free. So everyone's making their own dumb versions. Minute nailed you. Fucking what is this one? I just see Poops and Dicks. Poops and Dicks. Everyone loves that one. That's a classic. My mom told me the other couple years ago, the reason she wouldn't let me be in Boy Scouts was because she just assumed all the Boy Scout leaders were touching little children. And she pointed that out when she found the article in the newspaper. It's like, oh yeah, I was right. It's like, well, you could have. I just wanted a fancy outfit and a knife. Is that so much to ask for? Just the cute little ascot and a little knife, and then maybe some badges for butt fucking. Can I just have a couple of those? Butt fucking. Do stretches; it'll hurt. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Bon Traeger. His fantasy was the beginning of Jojo Rabbit. Kids just being a kid and having a knife and maybe killing a rabbit. I'm not sure if that's where he was going with that. Why? Hey, Bon Traeger, why didn't your mom just alert the authorities then? If she knew, like, could have saved so many people.
Well, isn't that just the blight of our time? You know, people just standing by, not doing anything.
Yeah, thanks,
just
Mrs.
waiting
Bon
for the
Traeger.
evidence to be smug. I will rant about this for 7 hours, even though I don't have a strong opinion about it.
Thank you, Bon Traeger. One more time for Bon Traeger. We're gonna keep rolling. Our next comedian coming from the land of the Dakotas of the one of the states that I always forget exists, but I'll remember it. I'll always associate it with Ian Ryan Smith.
Thank you. I'm associated with a terrible, terrible state. I make music that's unironically good. That it's so bad it's hilarious. I'm just kidding. It's good. It's not good. It's great. Blue can believe me. Anyway, I'm gonna be on American Idol. Would you guys like to hear my audition for American Idol?
Yes.
All right, I will now do for you my rendition of Dust in the Wind by Kansas. I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. Oh, my dreams pass before my eyes into reality. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. I know it's powerful stuff, you guys.
Damn this song.
You guys want to hear another one?
And he goes with it.
It's okay. I don't have another one. I'm very body positive. But that's really easy for me because I'm young and hot. But I have gained weight during this quarantine. I gained so much weight that I lost an inch.
Oh,
But the bright side is I can fit my whole dick into people now. That's where I was going with that. People, they say, a lot of people, mostly women, they say, Ian, you are so cocky. I'm like, I don't understand why I get all these compliments because I'm rude and arrogant all the time. Yeah, there's a reason I crossed that one out. I want to create a show where I explain feminist issues to toxically masculine men and call it man-to-man splaining.
okay. He likes it.
Yeah, that's great. So, I'm a Wall Street type person, and NASDAQ's finally in prograde, so that's good. But there's a big reason why a whole lot of people aren't into Wall Street and stuff, and it's that they don't have money.
There's that truth.
So I have a solution to the money problem. Just steal shit. All right. Thank you very much. I'm Ian Ryland Smith. Do crime and happy trails.
Yeah, thank you, Ian. Thank you, Ian. That was every once in a while we have a musical guest, and that was our musical guest, I think, for the night. So that was good. My dog did not enjoy it though. I'm sorry. I don't know why he was not. He was very irritated. But I wanted it to keep going because I wanted to see if he was going to start barking. Our next comedian. Oh my God, she looks like you look like oh my God, you look like you're gonna ask a question at a virtual town hall to Joe Biden, and that's how I'm gonna introduce you. Please welcome Pat Griffin.
I'm so happy to be here, and I don't know if you've realized, but we are actually in Armageddon, just as Valerie is predicting, and there are things wrong, and I do understand that I'm to blame. For one thing, I'm white. So, but anyway, I feel very guilty about it all. But I've decided that here I'm 79, and I've been on this earth all this time, and I haven't fixed anything. So I've decided to run for president of the United States. You know, I am a sometimes functioning adult. So I think I could do this, and we won't have any more blame games because you can blame me because I take responsibility for when Congress and the press, when they get angry and they come at me and they attack me, they'll be right. It'll be my fault. So we don't have to worry about blaming anyone anymore. And I've had leadership experience. I was president of the PTA. Talk about warring parties. It could lead to drink, actually. I've been looking at budget austerity. We put 3 kids through college at the same time. Well, we know the pain of that, and we got to have free schools, of course. But if I'm elected, you will call me mother-in-chief. You will receive an allowance and you will do your chores. Everyone will join the CCC. It's the Civilian Chore Corps. And we will fix up this country from the inside out. The nooks and cranny will be spick and span. Span or spam? Something like that. It'll be clean. And you'll have a victory garden and you will eat your vegetables, including mushrooms. I heard about mushrooms. Anyway, you will eat your vegetables, sit up straight, and take your elbows off the table. We'll get back to diplomacy. We'll put civility back in diplomacy. No interrupting. I knew somebody was going to try it tonight, but they didn't do it. Okay, no interrupting. And we will say please and thank you. And you might say, Mother, may I? So, I mean, years from now, you will look back and you will look at my legacy and say, yeah, it was all her fault. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Vote for me because it'll mess up the election. You know what I mean?
But everybody write in Pat Griffin. Everybody write in Pat Griffin.
Pat Griffin should follow Joe Biden's votes.
Everybody that's voting for Trump, please write in Pat Griffin. No, did
There you go.
did that scare anybody else as much as it scared me? That was
Which
Draconian.
thing?
that turned dystopian very quick. That got very Marxist almost. No, it's all good. No, but you're talking about that we're living in Armageddon. Let's stop saying that because that's just gonna make people more religious and like and religious people more extreme if they really think it's Armageddon. And that's how we got here, and we don't need more of that. So
Yeah.
let's just say it's just a rough patch. It's just a rough patch. Civilizations rise and fall, and I don't think this will be it. It'll be a slow decline of the United States into I don't know what's going to happen. I think our next comedian might be able to help with that. He's got lots of views. Please welcome Jason Melton.
Woohoo!
What's up, everybody? What's up? Thank you for coming to the open mic and watching and performing. What's up, Laura? Hey. What's up? Who we got here? Gregory. Hey, Gregory, how's your baby? Looking cute.
The baby's doing well. It's the 2-year-old that's problematic.
The 2-year-old's being bad.
Oh.
All right. All right. I'm gonna try and do some jokes. I actually have a show this week. Thank you. You have to. Okay. You guys. Who here is into professional wrestling? Yeah, a lot of people. Almost one. Erica, what's up? Anybody else? People are against it. They think it's gay or whatever. But being gay is actually good in 2020. So you guys can change your minds about it. You homophobic jerks. All right. So maybe I can convince you to like. I think wrestling is very cool. It's much more complex than you think. I think it's just very impressive how a human being could just like make themselves to this larger in life person, you know, get giant and then make up shit. And then everybody chants your name and roots for you. It's incredible. And the guy who used to be the best at it, better than anybody, was Hulk Hogan. You guys ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Huh? Ever heard of him? He was the greatest wrestler of all time. And then, but you're not allowed to like him anymore. Did you? I mean, this is old news, but Hulk Hogan came out with a sex tape, and in the sex tape, he said the N-word a bunch of times, which is horribly racist and not very in the moment during sex. You know? Generally, when I'm making love to somebody, I don't start talking about other people. You know, good or bad. In this case, very bad. He's a bad person. And it sucked. He was my favorite wrestler, and I couldn't believe that he was a racist. I remember just being so angry, like, I can't believe this rich white guy from Florida doesn't like black people. What is going on? How did this happen? It's so astonishing. This guy, he says brother every other sentence. It turns out he doesn't even like them. So I remember I got so fucking pissed off at Hulk Hogan, that racist guy. I remember I was in the middle of the ring and I just ripped off my shirt. I was wearing a Hulk Hogan shirt. I ripped it off. So you can't like Hulk Hogan. It's astonishing. But you can still like John Cena. That's a good guy. And that's my new favorite wrestler. He's a movie star now even. This guy's he's the next Rock, you know, like he's going to be awesome. And I have faith that he's not a secret bad person like how Hulk Hogan was. Because John Cena is on record. He has done the Make-A-Wish Foundation more times than anybody else in the history of the world. He's gotten over 600 Make-A-Wishes for kids, which is just such a great thing. And then you could like him in wrestling because he has the most devastating finisher of any professional wrestler. And what he does is he takes a picture with you, and then over the next few months, you wither and die from a terminal disease.
Yes.
I've only ever seen him use the move on children. But it's devastating. Okay, so that's why he's my favorite wrestler. You guys, let's see. My girlfriend, I'm having a very bad time. I need a job, and my girlfriend left me. My girlfriend left me because she said it's private. She said she's not going to tell me why. But I haven't talked to her in a month.
Oh.
So it's a very confusing time. All right, I don't have a joke, but it's kind of funny that somebody did that to me. I have a gay ex. I used to date this girl. She's gay now. She left me to be gay. She cheated on me too. I always thought she might cheat on me because she was way out of my league. She was like a 4. But yeah, so she cheated on me with a woman, and people always used to ask me like, is it like hurt you less that she had sex with she cheated on you with a woman and not a guy? Isn't that hurt you less? And I said, no, at least if she had sex with a guy, it would be somebody that I could respect. Right. That's a sexist joke.
Yeah.
Write it down, huh? Bill Burr fans?
Yeah.
You guys do your sets about SNL? SNL sucks.
Jason.
All right, I'm out of time. I think I'm going over. But thank you guys. Give it for Mark.
Just cancel Jason. You're going to lose that booking. I'm sorry. I already sent the clip. I tagged the producers, and they said,
"Oh yeah, are we live on the internet?" I didn't think to do that.
And they said he's doing a virtual set. We're not letting him on this show.
We're live streaming somewhere, right?
Yeah, on like Twitch and stuff, and on the Fun Simulation site.
So I could be ruining myself right now.
Yeah, you absolutely just did. There's a whole 2 people watching, and one is my mom, and I think the other one is a previous host of this show. So I pretty much know everyone hosting. No one's getting canceled, and they get pulled off the internet after a few weeks. But our next comedian, he doesn't care. He's uncancelable. Ralph Anthony.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Uncancelable. All right. That sounds fantastic. You know what? That's the best part about not having a career during the pandemic. You can say whatever you want. Who fucking cares? Yeah. I write some real edgy shit on Twitter. I'm like, try to cancel me. There's nothing to fucking jumpstart. You could just, hey, it might actually help me out. Get me a little spotlight action. Jason was talking about Make-A-Wish kids before. I think Make-A-Wish kids are amazing, man. Make-A-Wish kids, listen, they're the bravest kids we will ever come across. They are so inspiring, just so motivational. I think they're even stronger than their own parents. You know? Make-A-Wish is amazing foundation. Amazing. And if you don't know, what they do is they grant one dying kid a final wish. One wish. They can have anything in the world. Anything in the world. But they always show commercials for Make-A-Wish kids that are like 5, 6, 8 years old, 10 years old. You know, they never show a teenager. How come they never show Make-A-Wish kids that are teenagers? You know, like a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid, 16-year-old boy, you know? It's like, hey, Mark, you've been in this hospital for quite some time. We've told you what's going to happen to you. Is there anything that we at Make-A-Wish can do for you? Can we get you a PlayStation with all the video games possible? No. Okay. Can we get you a trip to Disneyland? Go on all the rides, hang out with Mickey Mouse? No. Mark, well, what can we do at Make-A-Wish? What can we do to make your final days on this earth more enjoyable? I want to fuck Jennifer Lopez. What? Yeah, I want to fuck Jennifer Lopez. That's my dying wish. That's what I want Make-A-Wish to happen for me. Make this happen for me. Make this happen. I want to sleep with Jennifer Lopez. Get her on the phone, call her up, do what you got to do. That is my dying wish. You're like, we can get you a high school teacher from Florida, but that's about it. Fun and games. No one wants to talk about dying kids. Fuck you, Ralph. We're gonna cancel your ass. Doing a little road trip yesterday. Decided to get out of the Big Apple. Went over to the Dirty Jers. Went to New Jersey. And I don't know if you've ever been to New Jersey. They call it the Garden State. If it was a garden of just greasy, oily Italians and a lot of pollution. That's what it is. That's the garden. They planted a bottle of olive oil and then out sprung baby Italy. That's what happened. New Jersey's a wild place. It's a weird place. There's a lot of rest stops. In New Jersey. And I stopped at one, as one would do on a road trip, okay? And I didn't just stop at any rest stop. I stopped at the Vince Lombardi rest stop off the New Jersey Turnpike. It's a weird place. It's a weird place to have an homage to Vince Lombardi off a rest stop off the New Jersey Turnpike. It's a weird tribute to make for an NFL Hall of Fame winning coach. I think if you're named after a rest stop off the New Jersey Turnpike, your reputation actually goes down a little bit. It's like, what? Who do they have to call to say, hey, listen, we want to do this. We want to dedicate. We want to do. The state of New Jersey wants to give back. We want to dedicate. We loved all the hard work that your husband did, that your father did. We want to dedicate something to him. Oh, you're going to dedicate a football stadium? No, we're going to dedicate a rest stop off the New Jersey Turnpike. All right, I'm running out of time, but you guys are great. Thank you so much. I love all of you. Have a great night.
Woohoo!
Yes. I like New Jersey. I was in New Jersey for a weekend, and it was interesting. There was good pizza. But I did take the New Jersey Turnpike, and it's just like an expressway with like bus stops. There's literally just like people standing 6 feet away from people doing 70. So I never understood that part of it. That's always a little bit weird, in my opinion. Do things a little bit differently in New Jersey. Hey guys, we got a few more comics. We had a couple people enter the room late, but then the fastest minute after about 6 more. It's gonna be great. Please welcome Marcel Neal.
Woohoo!
What's going on? So yeah, man, this is the obvious. Donald Trump got coronavirus. I think it's weird that everybody blaming him, like not wearing a mask for him getting it, but I don't think nobody really looking into him like grabbing random pussy and not washing his hands. So do the 20 seconds. I'm a conspiracy theorist, like I've been gaining weight during this whole thing. And my friends, they've been telling me it's okay. But you know, being a conspiracy theorist, I think like the whole body positive thing is just a passive form of population control, you know? Because it's like, back when I was coming up, they was trying to tell you to like stay in shape and eat right. But now it's like, go ahead, man, eat the burger. We'll give you 2 for $5. It's real hard to stay away. And you know it's never good when the corporations get behind it. You know what I mean? I just see them in the boardroom rubbing their hands like, yeah, his artery's gonna be more bad than the drive-through line. It's crazy, man. Real conspiracy theorists. Like sometimes I'm out on the highway and people driving crazy around me, and I think it's just the insurance companies trying to play hardball about raising my rates and shit. You know, somebody just crashed into my side like, this was Safe Drivers really get at Allstate. $600 a month. It's fucked up. You know, what else? I'm staying away from pornos, you know, because I feel like they getting real weird. It's like you gotta weigh the good with the bad before you watch some of this stuff, you know what I mean? Because it's like they had like a sexy girl, she doing like a nasty scene, but then they say it's like with her stepfather or stepbrother, and it's like, come on, Pornhub, like I ain't really coming for all of that. But you know, like I watch it anyway, you know, and I just rationalize it like, yeah, man, they ain't really related. Like everybody know porn stars don't have families. I'm out here, you know, dating and stuff. And like I was talking to this one girl, like women know how to like do a sentence and like roller coaster that motherfucker, you know, because I was talking to her and shit, and she was like, I'll do anything. You know, we was talking about sex, you know, she was like, I'll do anything. And I got happy. But then she finished and was like, short of disrespecting myself. I was like, I was like, man, fuck, man. I was planning on pissing on you and spitting in your mouth. Man, like, define respect. Like, it's like, man, I'm joking, man. But it's like, you know, getting a little bit older and like, one of the things that I'm scared about getting older, you know what I mean? Like, cause like is erectile dysfunction, you know what I mean? Like you can't fuck. It sucks. But like, you know, you see the guys, they all like be sad in the commercials and stuff, but you know, man, like I'm a comedian to the end, you know, I'm gonna play my part. Why don't anybody just blame the woman? You know what I mean? You be like, man, shit. You know what? You used to be so much sexier than this. This motherfucker get hard when I don't want it to. This is your fault.
Oh,
like, you know, it's crazy. All right, so yeah, I got the 1 minute. That's all my time, y'all. Thank you.
Woo!
Marcel Niel, looking forward to aging and being making excuses and or what happens with aging. Our next comedian coming up, we're gonna keep going. It's awesome. Erica Switzer.
Woohoo!
Thank you, Mark. We're gonna keep going with aging. Thank you, Marcel. In spite of the stain of the salsa I dropped on my shirt a little while ago, yesterday was my 20th high school graduation. I'm sorry, reunion.
Oh, dang.
Woo!
And fun fact about me, I went to a math and science academy. So it took an awful lot to get my head together for this 20th reunion, right? So we've got folks that graduated from MIT, folks that are high-powered lawyers and legislators, and here I am just trying to vie for handsomest husband. I left China 3 months ago and moved to the town right next door to our school and thought, damn, I have to see all these faces on a Zoom. I could still smell the room, but I had to. This is a side effect of nerd school, you know? You ever have a buddy who's a nerd that's just so awkward, so genuinely awkward? And he looked definitely like the type that would learn anything you toss at him, quantum physics, calculus, AB calculus, BC calculus, but he could never learn his way around a vagina. This type of guy. And we're on the Zoom, and he's sitting on his living room next to his wife and his son, who's 9 years old, his daughter, who's 7 years old. And the four of them are lined up, and they look like quintuplets. Remember, I said I went to a math and science academy.
You're missing one.
But I'm sitting here looking at this kid and I'm thinking, oh man. And I just blurted the first thing that came to my mind out loud. I said, Rich has kids? trying to still work that one out. As you can tell by my shirt, I'm a Black woman who loves alternative rock, which means I'm into white guys. Woo! My boyfriend is awesome. I'm also into astrology. So like I'm a Taurus. My ex-husband was a Taurus. My ex-boyfriend was a Pisces. My current boyfriend is a Sagittarius. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's witchcraft. But what I'm trying to say is I've butted heads with a bull. I've gotten drowned by a fish. But at this point, I'm really enjoying having my earth scorched. That one out. That's a variation of that damn chessboard joke. Okay, so Friday I was on a comedy contest for Eargasm Comedy, right? For Eargasm Comedy. So here I am, I'm the first one up, and I'm thinking I gotta go because I actually have a job. So I had to like go do my set and then I had to log off. My mother is my biggest fan. She went on Facebook, she posts everything. She says, go vote for my daughter on eargasm.com. And her former boss took a screenshot and said, you want me to vote for your daughter on this? And it's one of those searches you get when you mistype pornhub.com. So talk about all the damage control I had to do Friday night. Anyway, I'll work that stuff out. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yes. I like it. I didn't get invited to my high school reunion. I don't know if they had it or not. I don't know. No, like enough people on Facebook could have invited me, but nobody did, and they rightfully know I wouldn't go. So that is good. This I'd rather do Zoom comedy than whatever that was going to be. This our next comedian coming up is Chicagoan transplant from I think Boston or Massachusetts because he has a weird accent. Gregory Matthews.
All right, okay, let's clear some stuff up right away. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm not from the Boston area. I'm from Western Massachusetts. It's the 413 area code, and we take it very seriously when you mess these kinds of things up. It's a big deal to us. I'm from West Springfield, Massachusetts, not Springfield, West Springfield. So sorry I got so heated about that, but it's a big deal to the people in Massachusetts. A lot of you were talking about porn. Like the last two of you were talking about porn. So just what's the best genre of porn? Just yell it out. What is it? Just yell a genre of porn.
Double penetration.
No, sorry. It's clothed female naked male. CFNM. Clothed female naked male. That guy's into it. Jason's into it. All right. Anyway, yeah, he heard me say it and he goes, yeah, it is. All right. So last week I did 4 minutes on the human centipede, and I won't subject you to that again, but I do want to let you know about one human centipede factoid that I figured out this week. There were 3 human centipede movies made, and in 2016, the entire trilogy was compiled into a single movie called Complete Sequence. And the director Tom Six described this as a movie centipede due to each sequence leading into its successor while simultaneously working as a separate standalone film. Absolutely amazing. I love this man. Tom Six is my favorite director of all time. Just absolutely incredible. Okay, so I live in a house, and in the basement we have these air ducts, and they came down from they detached from the ceiling, and so we couldn't get air conditioning or heating, and so I had to get some stuff to fix them. So I got I needed some duct tape to seal the ducks, and then I needed to get some rope to put them back up. So I ordered some duct tape and rope. And then like a week after this happened, remember there was the storm came through. It was the derecho that came through, and it ripped up a bunch of plants and bushes, and it destroyed a whole bunch of our stuff in our front yard. So we thought, this is a good chance to do some gardening that we needed to do anyway. And so I bought a whole bunch of gardening stuff. I bought some fertilizer, I bought some twine, and I ordered a shovel. And so then like the Amazon that I'm ordering on is like there's multiple Amazons. So I'm ordering all this on Amazon, and the machine learning, it starts chugging away. And so now when I'm reading like my Huffington Post articles in the morning, I started to get ads for things like piano wire and ice picks. And then the latest one is just a giant blue barrel of acid for disposing of bodies. And I think Amazon thinks I'm a serial killer. And so now the best ad that I've gotten is a gift set consisting of a basket. It's a basket. It's got some twine and several assorted bottles of lotion in different scents for putting on the skin. So Amazon thinks I'm a serial killer now. And maybe it's one of those situations where like they know it before I do. It's sort of like when Amazon knows you're pregnant before you do. So if people start murdering people in the Chicago area and there's a serial killer going around, it's probably me. So anyway, I don't actually want to murder anyone. And I also don't want to be murdered. But if I do ever get murdered, I hope my case makes an awesome episode of Forensic Files. Like I don't want it to be like they catch the guy with blood spatter. It's got to be a DNA case to be really satisfying to me, or a fingerprint. That would be no good. I want to be caught by DNA. All right, that's my time. Thank you.
Yeah. Jason in the chat was pointing out why did I set them up with the machine learning at Amazon. I don't do that for them, but yeah, man, the algorithm doesn't lie. So I mean, people are dumb enough to buy all of those things at once online. I don't know why they would do that. Hopefully those evil people get caught. I know people that work on that, pick the next video on Prime, or make an outfit out of, you buy a shirt and then it picks out pants that look good. But I don't know anyone on the serial killer tracking and profiling team. But I'm sure they're good at it. Amazon is really smart. They know what they're doing. Our next comedian knows what she's doing. Ying Vigilin.
Great. Yeah. Hey, Mark. Thank you. Yeah. Glad you got my name right. If people have a trouble to say my last name, is Ying Vagina. Okay, it's not news anymore. Okay, it's not news. All right, and it's PG-13. Okay, it's a medical term. And I see most people here. I've seen you on the different mics. I think 2 or 3 first timer at first to see you. But I can tell you, even the first time I see you here, I see you more than I see my boyfriend. I'll tell you that. You're right, because I don't have any boyfriend. Okay, zero. Yeah, that's why. Another thing about me is I'm from Spokane, Washington. From where I live, Spokane, we drive 2-hour drive north. We get to a Canadian border. So that 2-hour drive is the equivalent of ½ inch on a map. It's so close. It's that close to Canada. That ½ inch. We're ½ inch away from getting a free healthcare of Canada, so I hate that ½ inch, right? So out here, when I get sick, I'll just do yoga. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm too sick, cannot do the down dog, I just take vitamins, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or I'll just take essential oil. They tell you guys tell us that essential oil kill cancer, right? And back in the day, it's a snake oil. That shit they tell you can make you live forever. You heard that one? But when I cannot afford essential oil, I just meditate. At least that shit is free. You heard that? Right. So I'll tell you, as you all know, Canada has free Medicare, and we have a free to meditate. Yeah. right? It's kind of like free range survival skill. You on your own, you know. Anyway, so you all here, TikTok was big news, but now it's kind of dying down, right? Quiet down. Nobody talk about TikTok anymore. I think right now, President Trump was approved the deal. September 21st. Now it's waiting for President Xi, China president, to approve it. You know, you heard, because Donald Trump make a big deal about China stealing intellectual property. So we're gonna ban it. If we ban TikTok, you know, then you can. So that if you don't want to be banned, you're gonna have to sell to us, to the US. So that's the deal right now. I'm sorry, really? You know, intellectual property is, to me, it's kind of like forced sale. It's stealing. It's really stealing. China's. I mean, you tell me what it is, right? But I'm kind of glad that he brought this up, intellectual property. So talking about that topic, you know, you tell me which one is. We all know, like me, a Chinese, I know the Kung Fu is made in China, right? And Panda is made in China. But Kung Fu Panda is made in fucking America. So who is making profit off of Kung Fu and Panda? Chinese are not making any, you know. So they're making Kung Fu Panda empire now. It's a Kung Fu Panda 4 now. You see what I'm saying? So that's the intellectual property. Who is stealing? You tell me. That's my time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. I was, as you know, everyone recently, that I looked for a new job and I found one. But when I was looking for a job, I applied at a Canadian company, and I was like, and then it said, like, are you legally allowed to work in Canada? And I was like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what it takes to move to Canada. I have no idea. And it was the first time I felt trapped here, like in the US. I actually felt trapped. It was very strange. But I don't know. Didn't pan out. They never got back to me. I literally filled it out and I said, you tell me. Like, you tell me. That's on you. I'll start working and I'll deal with the legal consequences. Our next comedian, very proud American. Please welcome Josh D. Donato.
Woohoo! Woo!
Yes, thank you, Mark. Just need to kind of recalibrate here. A lot of Randy sex talk here tonight. Not sure what to do with that. I'm not terribly interested in pornography. I'll tell you that, which you can tell probably from the way that I say the word pornography. But you know, I have heard about a new category of porn that seems intriguing to me. What it is they have men and women, and men and men, and women and women. But the people having sex in these videos just became American citizens that day. It's called Barely Legal. And I guess that's like a fetish for some people. That fresh new Americanness is a trend. You know, it's interesting. Greg Matthews was on earlier, and he said that he was not going to do a whole set about Human Centipede, which I was glad about. And I remember thinking, because I saw a set last week, I remember thinking, wow, I can't think of anything I want to hear about less than Human Centipede. And then, but it turns out making the distinction between different towns in Massachusetts, less. Okay. There seemed to be a theme earlier that it kind of made me think of some stuff. People talk about some dating stuff. I live in LA, but I moved out for a while to Miami, and then when I came back into town, I remember I got back on Tinder. I opened up Tinder, and the first profile I saw when I was back in LA on Tinder, first words of the profile, it said, "If you know Jesus, let's talk." And I thought, wow, I really am back in LA, where people use you for networking. But it's a couple comics earlier talking about being Christian, and I'm not here to Christ shame. No, I have another. It's funny. I have another friend, Laura, who's Christian, and sometimes, I'll just say the words Jesus Christ and not think about it. Just like, Jesus Christ, it's hot out. And this other Laura is like a pretty serious Christian, so she's just like shakes and convulses, because it's her savior or whatever. So I want to change how I talk around her. And I should, I don't want to upset people in general, so I guess I want to change how I talk in general, but I still want to blaspheme, but I can't, you can't just say like, Buddha, it's hot out. Like, who what I was doing there. So I came up with ways to kind of blaspheme and still kind of get the point across. Just like, Buddha's a sex offender, it's hot out. Or stab Muhammad in the eye with a knife made of pork. I'm tired.
Oh.
L. Ron Hubbard throats his own cock. You're good at Yahtzee, So, feel free to use any of those. How much? I don't have much time, do I? Okay. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know why. There we go. Thank you, Josh D. Donato. Yeah, you had 15 seconds left. You got it. Yeah, just a quick one, but that is it. You'll be back up in the fastest minute real quick. You'll be back up. There's 2 more comedians to go. Then the fastest minute. One is in Chicago and lives pretty close to me. So give a good neighborly welcome to Andrew Shanklin.
Yes. All right. Hello, everybody. Hi. Paul Revere, huh? We know Paul Revere. He's great. He was a silversmith in Boston in the 1700s. You all know about Paul Revere, right? Paul Revere's fun. I like Paul Revere. He's a great historical figure. I like him because he rode around and he was yelling, the British are coming, the British are coming. And I think everybody was like, oh, a guy from Boston who's not yelling racial slurs? We got to listen to him. Boston's a crazy city. I like Boston because it's a city where people were using the N-word so much they just got rid of the hard R entirely. They're like, let's not even take a chance. No one should be saying this at all. Okay. I get interesting targeted ads on Facebook. Here are my 3 favorites recently. I've been getting targeted ads to become a Franciscan monk, see an LGBT friendly therapist, have a lawyer argue that I was touched by a scoutmaster. 3 ways of saying the same thing, Okay, folks. I went to high school. There was a Republican horse girl I went to high school with. And she's like, oh, call me crazy, but I think people should pull themselves by their own bootstraps. I'm like, you're an idiot. They're stirrups, okay? He's like, call me crazy, but I don't want to be saddled with other people's debts. I'm like, you love being saddled. All right. I don't really know how much I like those. I think they're kind of dumb. I believe in God. I believe in monotheistic Christian God. Popular brand. We don't need a woo. I think it's fine. People can believe in what they want. That's what I like. People are always like, oh, God is just Santa for adults. That's stupid, okay? Santa has never had an opinion on whether or not I should have premarital sex, okay? And if he did, I think he'd be pretty in favor. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I lost my virginity and I left my bedroom, he'd be waiting out there with a glass of milk and cookies. He'd be like, Andrew, you never stopped believing in me, so I never stopped believing in you, okay? I'd be like, listen, Santa, it's just good to be a little naughty. All right. Okay. Cool. That was my favorite joke I wrote this week. I think threesomes would be awful. I hate that because why would you want to be a single person doing a thing with a couple? You know what I'm saying? It's like my friends would be like, oh, you want to come over and have sex with us? I was like, dude, I don't even want to play charades with you. Okay. Like my best friend has been dating his girlfriend. I've known him since I was in 6th grade. He's been dating his girlfriend for the last 5 years. I was there the night they met and he was like, do you want to with us? I'd be like, dude, I barely know you. Okay. Okay, not great. America's weird because we have like the best TV in the world and some of the worst healthcare. So it's like, how does anyone help anyone? You know, you go to the doctor and you're like, hey, I broke my leg, but I don't have health insurance. Is there anything you might recommend for that? And he's like, The Sopranos? Like, that's pretty good. I All right, I think that's maybe the best version of that. I'm going through a breakup right now, kind of, and I got a filling the other day. I've gotten multiple fillings during breakups. That's fun. You go there, and the hygienist, the dental hygienist, he's like, "Listen, we're gonna numb you up and make sure you can't feel anything." And I'm like, "Way ahead of you, doc." Okay, we're good on that front. All right, nope, fine. I don't know. People are always like, "It's a free country. It's a free country." I think I'm just gonna start doing that for anything I do that's not offensive. You know, like I don't really jerk off or watch porn. People are like, "That's weird." It's like, no, it's a free country. Okay. That was nothing. Thank you. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I got a short one in here that I thought was good. Yeah, that's good. I would have hated living in colonial America. I wouldn't want to live in the colonies because, you know, there were very, very clearly denoted roles for like men and women. You know, I wouldn't have fit in on that. They'd be like, my dad would be like, "Oh, let's go tend animals." Be like, "Can't I just churn butter and speculate on who's a witch?" That's what I want to do. Yeah, that's more my speed. Okay. Yes, I do evaluate every one of my jokes after I tell them. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Andrew Shankland. Yeah, Gregory was saying, yeah, he likes it when you evaluate your jokes. We like that too. We evaluate your jokes and then you give an override. You get that one didn't work or that one did. Guys, we got one more comedian and then the fastest minute in comedy. I'm really excited for our next comic because I just saw his background, so this is gonna be really good. Please welcome Gio Wagner.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
That bad. Wow. So I know, you know, with COVID, a lot of you have heard there's a meat shortage, and you know with Grubhub and Uber Eats, you know, we get all our food delivered to us, and everyone talks about, you know, the COVID-19, and we get the impression we're being fattened up.
Oh.
It's just me. Yeah. I don't know. And the GOP has an ad campaign that says if Joe Biden wins, he's going to go after conspiracy theorists, then he's going to go after the comics. And that's bullshit. We all know that comics are more dangerous than conspiracy theorists. After us first. Man, where were I was saying the other day, I finally figured out the difference between children and girlfriends. When you threaten to spank them, children will stop doing it. There's always a delay on that one. A while back, there was a movie about Harriet Tubman that was released. This is pre-pandemic when you actually could go to the theaters. And so my girlfriend and I were discussing whether we wanted to see that movie or the new Terminator movie that was also released about the same time. And she's African American, so she said, "I want to go to the Harriet Tubman movie. It's about my people," which is fine. But Terminator is about cyborgs versus humans. Wouldn't that be her people? Unless, am I dating a robot? Man, I've always wanted a sex robot, so you know, I guess that works. Have you ever dated somebody that has that issue with their food, where it has to be separated, it can't touch? My girlfriend's like that, and I asked her, I said, "What about like stir fry, where it's all mixed together?" She says, "It's fine as long as it comes out that way. So I just have to remember to put the whipped cream on before I go into the bedroom."
Okay.
She's she has this dog. I don't think the dog likes me very well. It's a mixed breed. It's one of those cock blockers. But it does like whipped cream. So we're I have to be careful. My girlfriend does not like it when I use the N word. So I just have to say yes to everything. She told me the other day, she says, never change. But then she complains about the smell. She told me to get my mind out of the gutter. I said, but that's where the rest of me is. And I don't think she understands how a dictionary works, because fine does not mean what she thinks it means. And the absolute worst thing that your significant other can say to you is nothing. I'm not talking about the silent treatment. I'm talking about the word nothing. What's wrong? Nothing. It's never nothing. Never. So let me end on this one. I think my girlfriend is psychic. She keeps getting mad at me for things I haven't said yet. All right, that is my time. You guys have a great day.
Guys, we had Dan sneak into the room right at the end, and he's gonna go up now. Hey Dan, are you ready? You want to start your video? And there we go. There he is. Dan, you are up right now. This is happening.
I'm up right now.
Dan Wianco.
Okay. that happened pretty fast. Oh, look, I found my way through the green room and into the side curtains, and now I'm on stage. Hey, what's going on? Simulation. My name is Dan. I'm from Portland. Do you know how to spot a Portland accent? If somebody's talking to you and they can't seem to get to the fucking point. Born and raised, Portland, Oregon. Took me forever to speed up that joke. I look like Matt Damon and Biff from Back to the Future had a child. Congratulations, it's a 45-year-old man. Man, you guys, anybody suffer from insomnia out there? There's a few different kinds of insomnia, people. There's, well, first of all, insomnia is like your body decided to throw a party and didn't invite you. You don't know where your body's off, gallivanting around, dreaming about rainbows and unicorns and raccoons slapboxing in a kiddie pool. You just don't know what your body's getting into, but you're not allowed in there. Anyway, other kinds of insomnia, like there's insomnia where it's caused by amphetamines, which is completely different. Then you're at the party. So you definitely invited yourself there and you got it. And then there's people like Al Roker, who says he just sleeps like 2 or 3 hours a day. He seems like he's a fine, well-adjusted gentleman. So anyway, I don't suffer from it. I just wanted to write a couple jokes about it. Let's see. Greek mythology is out there. It's a thing that's happening, and I don't read it much, you know, but I know there's a lot of great stories and myths about Hercules and Zeus. And I think Nike Air Jordan has some stories in there that keep popping up. But what I was thinking is if the Christians, you know, if they marketed the Bible like Christian mythology, I mean, I think I could get behind that and not read that either. Man, people keep assuming I'm stepfather to my biological children. I think it's because, I don't know, I'm usually kind of buzzed and I got like forearm tattoos that I got, you know, after I got divorced, because that's the modern day equivalent of a sports car for a divorced guy who just get forearm tattoos. But I was taking my kids to their coaching practice, and the guy running the show, he goes, "Hey Dan, how'd you like to help us out?" I was like, "Oh, what do you mean?" He's like, "Oh, you know, just do some assistant coaching." I was like, whoa. I got plenty to coach my kids on what they say to Child Protective Services. So I tell them to say, "Help immediately now. Get this crazy stepfather away from me." And let's see what else I'm looking
Is it
at here.
unprofessional?
Geez, I know what you're thinking, and you're right. Reading is a real struggle for me. But I was able to read. Girlfriend and I went to a sex shop, and I was browsing, you know, and then
I was like, hey, look, it says prostate starter pack. How do you think about that? How do you feel about that? She goes, well, I don't know, but I don't have a prostate. And I was like, oh, yeah. No wonder I don't hear about prostate cancer for women. Anyway, I learned publicly there, once again, like I did in anatomy class in high school, that men have prostates. And now I've saved you guys from that too. So now everybody knows that men are the ones with prostates. Hey, drugs and alcohol were a lot of fun before I had kids, and now they're just a necessity. Thanks a lot.
Dan. Yeah, thank you, Dan. We're going to do this, guys. We're going to do the fastest minute. This is going to be really wild. I'm going to go through. We only had 2 people that performed that are no longer in the room, so I'm just going to go through the list. I'm going to give you a minute. I'm not going to message you to warn you, and I'm just going to go on to the next comedian. So maybe I'll post the list again. That might be helpful for everybody, and myself included. Here's the entire list. I don't know what 2 left. I'm just going by the number of people in the room, and then I can deduce using mathematics that 2 people have left. We're going to start though. Please welcome, go, Laura Hug, go.
You know, on dating profiles they always ask questions like, what's your religion? You know, what's your sexual orientation? And then they ask you about like your level of education. Did you graduate high school? Do you have some college? Did you, and I would like to see some jail added as a category on dating sites. It's not necessarily a turnoff for everybody. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's all I have. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Come on down, Sophie Smarndescu.
Woohoo!
Go. You're muted.
What's up?
Hey.
What up?
What?
Did I get called for?
Oh, Sophie is not paying attention, I think, just to do a quick minute. I'll come back to you in a
Wait,
little.
what are we doing?
1 minute of comedy.
Oh, shit. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to tell a million jokes? Okay, all right. Just randomly. All right. Okay, you guys. I'm sorry. I was FaceTiming somebody. All right. Let's get into it. You guys, my last relationship was an abusive relationship. Don't knock until you try it. All right. My last therapist, she was telling me that healthy relationships are like a movie, or she said unhealthy relationships are like a movie and abusive relationships are like a short story, which makes sense because I don't like to read. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Woo!
Yeah, Bontrager's up because he is. Yeah, go Bontrager. Go.
Oh, okay. When I was young, my dad left home when I was just a wee baby, and then my mom hired a private investigator to hunt him down and bring him my 14th birthday. Turned out in the meantime, he had turned into a non-fundamentalist Christian, which essentially means you can't play Pokemon. So I said, fuck all you guys. And I went on and I went to be an intern for Professor Oak. And I've been collecting Pokemon data for him for the past 20 odd years. And I still haven't gotten paid, even though my Pokemon get free healthcare every time we fucking go to. I still have to pay all my room and board. My favorite Pokemon is Cubone, because before a Cubone can be called a Cubone, it has to jump out and rip off one of its parents' skull and put it on its head and wear it for the rest of its life. I wish I could do the same thing to my dad. I tried to do that, but they arrested me. Come to my Pokemon open mic.
Pokemon, go to the polls. Jack Griffin, go.
Okay. Oh, you know, it's COVID time. If you're aware, and my sister and I, what's your name? We're staying together in the same house, and my son came to take care of us, but he's very strict. But we snuck out. We did everything right. We had homemade masks. She made hers out of a pillowcase, cut it out. And I was cleaning drawers and I found my husband's old Speedo. And we snuck out and we went to Costco. And we went to the back of the store and we got some, what was it? Oh, yes, they had toilet paper in a big package. And we got out of there. And then we went to the bank. And at the bank, we wore everything right, the mask, gloves on, and they threw the money at us. And they dove behind the desk. And we went home and we did everything right. We washed our hands and we laundered the money.
Yay!
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Patty. Got Jason Melton. Go.
I've been very nervous about voting because the last time that I voted was a long time ago. I voted, and the guy I voted for, he didn't do anything that he said he was gonna do. He betrayed me. The last time I voted, the guy, he went and orchestrated 9/11, and so yeah, this is just a warning, really. Never vote for Muhammad Atta. Thank you.
Yeah, real
Hey, all right, thank you. I quit smoking cigarettes 5 years ago. I quit 5 years ago because I moved into a 5th floor walk up. You know what it's like getting cock blocked by Newports? It's terrible. It's frightening. I don't have kids because I don't like kids. Because I think kids are like homeless people. They have the same attributes. They're always playing with cardboard boxes and never have enough money. They also love to ride in shopping carts. And they're always on a scavenger hunt. They're always trying to find something. You know what they call dumpster diving? That's a scavenger hunt for homeless people. Basically, kids are homeless people because they never like to brush their teeth. They never like to wear clean clothes, and they're always dirty.
Yeah, go. Marcel Neal, go.
I got a question for the ladies. Seriously, man. So it's like, so I can't respectfully objectify you. I mean, like, it's crazy how I could like appear. It's crazy how I gotta pretend to be fantasized with a fuck. It's crazy how I gotta pretend to be fucking fascinated with the baby bump, but I can't admire a pair of titties. It's like, where do they draw the line? Above the waist, under the breast, over the head, and on top of the like totally excluding the fun parts. It's crazy, man. And it's like, oh no, man, I feel like shit. Cleavage is showing. I feel like if your cleavage is showing and you notice a guy admitting it, you should smirk at him instead of looking at him like he got a Hitler mustache. Because you're going to get old and one day you're going to try and show the cleavage and he's going to be like, put that shit away, grandma.
Yeah, Erica Switzer. Go.
That's away.
I chose a hell of a year to come back to the States. Marcel, thank you for that wonderful chestnut because my line obviously is a chalk outline. Let's see. So let's go to my boyfriend. He has a very heavy Chicago accent and it's adorable. And I came home and we were talking about movies as we love to do as stoners. And he said, you know, baby, I seen this on the internet, so it's got to be true. But all movies usually have the names of the movie included in the movie. So I'm like, so what about A Quiet Place? He said, I haven't seen that movie, so I can't substantiate that claim. So you mean to tell me in Terminator 2, Ed Norton turns around and says, oh my God, what's that? And Arnold says, oh, it's a Terminator 2. That's my time. Y'all go ahead.
Matthews, go.
All right. I look like a guy whose dad was in a Michigan militia and my mother was also in a Michigan militia. If you ignore the militias in the rural parts and the disgusting drinking water in the urban parts, Michigan is still a shitty state. Oh, sorry. I didn't know. Does anyone play the game Among Us? Has anyone played Among Us yet?
No.
You know this game? Well, then I'll skip that joke. Okay. A lot of protesters, a lot of the protesters at these marches and rallies are carrying signs that say ACAB, which stands for All Cops Are Bastards. But I don't really agree with this. Plenty of kids I grew up with had married parents, went on to become cops. No? All right. All right, I'm ready to go. Oh boy, let's see how this goes. People from Pittsburgh are called Yinzers, but you can only use that term if you're from there. And even then, you have to say Yinza. All right, that's it.
Ying Vigilant.
All right. Hi, everybody. I think by now everybody knows that I'm Chinese. Right, guys? Yeah, but a lot of people have asked me if I'm a Vietnamese, Taiwanese, or Lebanese, or Spokanese, because, that Asian people look like thing. Yeah, you all heard that. But no matter what you guess, but I'll never say that I'm a Japanese, okay? Because Chinese people, we don't like Japanese. We don't want to be called Japanese. You know why? Because back in the day, Japanese people are trimmed, I would say reduced our population by 10 million back in World War II. You know what I'm saying? And they did a better job than the Nazis. Nazi only did 6 million people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But of course, we have a huge population base. They'll say, oh, we have a 500 million people at the time. So plus Chinese people, we don't count. Okay, we don't matter. Anyway. But I think we're okay. We're cool now. We're kind of moving on, Chinese people, because the last 40 years of our one-child policy, Chinese women actually aborted 336 million fetuses. Okay, and that is more than the entire United States population right now.
Judge DiDonato.
So we're good. We're good. Yeah.
Okay, this is a problem that I have, and I think a lot of Jews have with Christians. Here's the thing, and this doesn't get brought up a lot. I know I'm bringing up old business, but you guys kind of stole our book. Totally fucking stole our book. We had a book, and then you took it and you just shoved it at the beginning of your book. Nobody asked us, and we haven't seen, I don't mean to be Jewish and make it about money, but we haven't seen a dime of any of that Bible money. And, in our part of the book, there's a little thing, thou shalt not steal. I'm just saying, maybe you read the book you stole from us. Maybe check that out.
Copyright.
Andrew Shanklin,
Yeah.
go.
All right. Well, in response to that, I'd like to say, Catholics, Jews, I think we can all agree that Muslims dress way cooler. Boy, have you seen any young Muslims? They dress so cool. They have cool shoes and stuff. Okay. I'm just repeating things I've seen on television. All right. I don't know how many of you know this, but the part of the male reproductive system that switches, between the balls and the bladder is it's called the vas deferens, which is Latin for big difference, which is because there's a pretty big difference between piss and cum. All right, okay. Do I have time to do another joke?
Yeah. Go.
I don't like wet t-shirt contests. I think they're stupid. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna get 3 women in white shirts on a stage, and you're gonna cover them all in water and ask me to pick one? They're all equally wet. Okay. That's it.
How many people have been bored during the pandemic? Do you guys used to watch Saturday morning cartoons? Every time I see that X on the floor, I got my metal ball ready, my jet ski, my jet skates ready. I even bought some tunnel black paint. I'm ready when someone hits that X. No Wile E. Coyote fans, come on.
I don't understand.
All right, that's my time.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. Oh, geez. With these COVID times, I tried to do something a little productive. So I created an app, and it's called Scat Chat. Yeah. And it's about people taking shits in weird places, and then they photograph it, and then they share it with everybody. It's going to be great. Anyway, it's dropping tomorrow after lunch. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out.